Okay, today on the workbench I have this Behringer EP2000 stereo power amplifier. It has a couple of problems. Fans are stuck on high speed, and a volume control problem on channel 1 is cutting in and out. And just by wiggling these ribbon connectors we found the problem. Simply a couple bad solder joints on the back of the control board. So off camera I resoldered all these connections and fixed that problem. This circuit board is the power supply. There's two bridge rectifiers under the circuit board that you can't see, but they are shown here on this schematic. And the fan speed driver circuit is on this power supply board. That would be T23 mounted in that black heat sink. And what controls the fan speed are these two 100 ohm positive temperature coefficient thermistors. You can see the physical location of them. They are mounted between the clamp for the transistor and the heat sink, one on each side. This is where I will focus my attention of diagnostics for repair. So the first step is to check the DC resistance. They are supposed to be 100 ohms at 25 degrees Celsius. So here you can see we are reading 153 ohms approximately at 24.4 degrees Celsius. Definitely out of spec. The measurement on the other side was even worse at 177 ohms. Well, I already know I am going to replace these, but let's apply some heat to them and test the functionality just for the sake of experimentation. Well, apparently they still function. They are going up in resistance as heat is applied, but they are still way out of tolerance. And while watching the meter, you will notice that this side climbed much higher in resistance with heat applied than the first side. This side started out at 150 ohms, and as you can see, when the heat is removed, the resistance starts to drop. Okay, I've ordered the parts, and in the meantime, let's do some experimenting with parallel resistor testing of the fan circuit. Here I am paralleling 100 ohm resistors across the thermistors, brought them down to about 63-64 ohms each side, and the fans do indeed slow down. There's the fan running at a modest speed. I will disconnect one of these, and there it is, the fan's at full speed. It works on either side. And the fans were even faster on the right bank when I disconnected the parallel resistor. Okay, now we got the circuit boards out of the chassis and on the bench. The heat sinks look nice and clean. Not a lot of dirt and dust in them. There was a little bit on the fan that I already cleaned up. Wanted to make note of this thermistor here. There's one on each side. It's part of the current limiting circuit that works off the bias, and it was not secured by any means. Matter of fact, there was just a big glob of white silicon heat sink compound that it was stuck in. And these thermistors are negative temperature coefficient, and they were tested off camera. I will secure them to the heatsink with a small bracket and screw with heatsink compound behind them when I'm finished. You will notice how they are just sandwiched between the mounting bracket and the transistor itself. I will be mounting them up here just above where they are now once I drill and tap the screw holes. I wanted to mention that the top screw holes to the heatsink to the cover did not align well, so I had to loosen the stand-ups from the bottom of the chassis to give me a little play so that I could align the screw holes all up, and then of course tightened all the screws down. Just a side note. Okay, so now I drilled out the holes for the new mounting and tapped them and make sure the threads are good. And here's the finished product. I used a ring terminal on the one, and I just secured the other ones with a tab, as you can see here in the picture. And there's a picture of the other side completed as well. Okay, there's a picture of the circuit boards all put back in. Everything's plugged back in. And I will tell you that the amplifier is performing as it should. The fans are at a very nice modest speed when the amp is cool. I'm going to bench test it and burn it in, so to speak, and drive it real hard for a couple hours, put the laser thermometer on it and check the fan speeds as the amp warms up. So I think we can call this one a wrap. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment if you'd like to. If you have any questions, I do read the comments, and I'll be glad to answer the questions. Take care. Have a good day.